Small doesn't have to be ordinary. A small pink and green playhouse in Brooklyn.
I like to work in the princess throne.
A tiny transformed row house in Washington, D.C. And minimal to the extreme in San Francisco. That's next. Elizabeth Hauser is a self-proclaimed queen of the pack rats, but she's managed to turn her tiny New York apartment into something fit for a princess. Hi.
Hello.
I'm Andrew.
I'm Elizabeth.
Elizabeth, nice to meet you. I feel like I just walked into Wonderland.
Well, you did.
Elizabeth's 800 square foot apartment has two halves separated by color. One half is for living, the other for working. How did you come up with this theme?
Well, I am a toy designer.
Okay.
And I specialize in girls' toys and preschool. So
That's why
I
the
like
boas
the girly colors. And then I'm a children's craft book writer. So I have a book out called Princess Crafts, and that's probably more where the color palette comes from. When I moved in, colors were a little too drab for me. I love pink and I love green, and I need it to be constantly springtime in this apartment.
I think there's often a temptation to try to make an apartment more adult than you are, you know, and people oftentimes will try and sort of make it this kind of sophisticated space. And I really like that this woman has just taken the, like, sparkle girl, puffy sticker thing and just gone with it, because that's who she is.
The green side of the apartment is where Elizabeth sleeps and entertains.
As you can see, this is both a living room and a bedroom.
Right.
And so when we're socializing, we stay in this little area right here. And then when everyone's gone home, I go to bed.
I always like to have a door to the bedroom. In a small space, you've made a conscious choice to kind of have these two together.
It's not like the bedroom area has a different feel than this place. This room has the same feel throughout. And so when I have guests over and we're sitting here chit-chatting, that's what we're focusing on. This is just kind of peripheral and off in the distance.
How do you keep this place so clean?
Well, I do have very big closets, and then as you can see, I have all sorts of different containers that I use for storage. So I have in here, I have all kinds of different hats. I have more cute little containers over here. These tend to just blend in with the wall. So I have these green boxes where I store some little pocketbooks and purses. And in here, I have some sheets and some other linens. In here, this is a chest that my mom gave me, and I keep my Rapunzel wigs in here.
What's a Rapunzel wig? I don't think you can truly appreciate how much fun this house is until you actually throw on a Rapunzel wig. A narrow hallway connects the two halves of the space and houses all of Elizabeth's stuff. So Elizabeth, what do you call this space?
This is my transitional hallway where green meets pink. Not only was it a very natural place because it is the hallway from one room to the next, it's also a very peculiar little spot. I lived in it was two different apartments, we believe, and this was a bathroom and so was this. And so this was a little sink area, and that was a little sink area as well. I decided to make it not only extra storage, but also highly decorative.
By painting each room a different color, she gives you a greater sense of movement and transition through what's really a small space.
You have two giant closets right here. I mean, they're big.
This one in particular is my crafting closet, and stuff is stacked, as you can see, really, really quite high.
You get a lot of stuff in here. When this starts to overload, where does it go?
It just keeps growing and getting higher and higher, and
all the way up?
See, it's gone all the way up to the ceiling.
When you have storage, which is up high, it's really important to be able to keep things in organized bins so you know exactly what you're reaching for when you're reaching for it.
Elizabeth has plenty of space to spread out in her studio.
This is my pink studio, and I wear my green dress in the pink studio.
you definitely needed a space where you could work. You're a really creative person.
Right, and that's why this room was perfect, not for the bedroom, but for my studio.
And the fridge. The fridge actually is, you know, one of those things that I can't figure out why it's in here.
The kitchen is super tiny, so it's a good thing that cooking is not my passion.
So do you use these tables behind me right here?
I do, but oftentimes, even though that's a very big table, I'll have supplies out on there, but I'll also have supplies out on my little dinner table, and I'll have supplies I like to work in the princess throne.
Well, sit down, princess.
And I like to have my supplies all around me. The thing that I love most about this place is that I am always really, really happy to come home, and I feel very creative in this space, and that's what's most important to me. I need to live in a space where I'm going to be in very good spirits and where I'm going to generate really good ideas.
Coming up, lots of art makes up for no furniture. But next, a small DC house that lets the sun shine in.
We also put in these 4 windows here to bring light into the stairwell.